What's going on, everybody? Good morning. For the time being, I'm James. It's the Hat and Beard Show. How you guys doing? We got news and we got notes. The NFL, well, finally, football is upon us with OTAs. And, well, before we talk about the Lions OTAs, now, not only do I enjoy a little bit of Schadenfreude, because FTP, right? Go ahead and hit me with a little FTP in the chat, guys. Right? Nobody likes the Green Bay Packers around here. And Josh Jacobs getting a little bit of trouble, arrested on 5 charges, including felony strangulation. This coming to us from around the NFL. Also confirmed with Adam Schefter. Now, guys, I know that what Josh Jacobs is arrested and in custody for is nothing compared to what Jackson Dart did. It is clearly nowhere on the same level as introducing the president of the so this is a nothing burger, nothing we need to worry about. This is nothing. It falls very short of the Jackson Dart line of egregious behavior. Also, we will talk briefly the full details of Jack Campbell's extension. With the Lions are out, we will see what it has to do. There are some concerns, kind of a little bit there at a point in time. The Lions need to learn from other teams' mistakes if we are going to keep on with this trend. But we'll discuss what the slipper has pulled up for us over here. Lions rookie Derrick Moore is looking to dominate with Aidan Hutchinson. We've discussed how excited he is. And with OTAs opening up, I thought we'd get a little bit hype around our second round pick. Why not? Get a little bit of hype around it. And then finally, obviously OTAs are kicking off today. Pardon me, fellas. 5 things to watch during the Lions OTAs. We will discuss all of that and much more, taking your chats, kind of breaking things down. If you guys haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Ring that notification bell so you can be notified every single time we go live, Monday through Friday, 10 to 11 a.m. For the time being, until June 8th. All right, June 8th, we will be shifting to a different time period. We will be going, well, probably from 7 to 8 p.m. because when the clock strikes upon the hour and the sun begins to fade, there's still enough time to figure out how to chase my blues away. I think I've done all right for myself up till now, but it is the light of day that shows me how. And when the night calls, my lonely heart falls. Right? So we will be going to 9 o'clock, or the 7 to 8 p.m. It'll be Hat and Beard, obviously at nights. Probably have a little bit of a change in aesthetic, at least as far as, maybe backgrounds and stuff and thumbnails. We'll see. We're working towards it. Drop a comment in the chat if you knew what if you knew what I was... Brent, dude, do you know what song I was hitting, dude? If you know what song I was drop on you guys, comment down below. I've done all right up until now. It's the light of day that shows me how. And when the night falls, my lonely heart calls. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. You got it, Mom. 100%. Can't get much past you. Nicely done. Yes, ma'am. Big old fan over here. So go ahead and hit the like button. Subscribe, all the things and stuff. We're going to kick it on over to Jacko and get into the show.
If you can say the word good, guess what? It means you're still alive. It means you're still breathing. And if you're still breathing, well, then hell, you still got some fight left in you. So get up, dust off, reload, recalibrate, re-engage, and go out on the attack.
I want to dance With somebody who loves me. Dude, I did it to myself. I did it to you guys. I did it to myself. Sorry. It's the way she goes. Some days she goes. Some days she don't go. It's the way of the road, bud. And the way of the road, means to Josh Jacobs being a beta. Not good stuff too early in the show to be swearing. Packers running back Josh Jacobs arrested on 5 charges, including 5 felony arrested on 5 charges, including felony strangulation, not 5 charges of felony strangulation. I mean, for now. Green Bay Packers running back Josh Jacobs was arrested on Tuesday on 5 charges, including felony strangulation, and booked into Brown County Jail, according to Hobart Lawrence Police Department's press release. The arrest stems from an incident Saturday morning in which Hobart Lawrence police were dispatched to a disturbance complaint involving Jacobs, per the release. In addition to the charges of felony strangulation, Jacobs, who is 28 years old, was booked on 4 misdemeanor counts of assault, criminal damage to property, disorderly conduct, and intimidation of a victim. According to jail records, the bond amount has been, his piece, that's pretty egregious, right? Oh, yeah, $1,300. Not that it's the same thing. What was Chud's bail? What was Chud's bail? We are aware of the matter involving Josh Jacobs, the Packers said in a statement obtained by NFL Network insider Tim Pelissero. As it is an ongoing legal situation, we will withhold further comment. Right, because it's the NFL. Jacobs, through his attorney David Chesnoff and Richard Schoenfeld, denied the charges in a statement obtained by Rappaport. Josh vehemently denies the false allegations and not facts. And this matter is in the early stages of the investigation with important evidence that has not yet been made public. Oh, okay. She fell onto his hands. Duh. See, what you heard was, don't say nothing, bitch, or I'm going to kill you. But what he really said was, oh, no, please don't say nothing, bitch. It's going to kill you. I don't know. We ask for fairness and restraint with the judicial process takes its course. That's fair. Yes. I mean, everybody is, innocent until proven guilty. But, I mean, this is just not looking good, my friend. Not a good look. Not a good look, my friend. We are aware of the report and has been in contact with the club. Jacobs was entering a season, blah, 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 numbers and stats. Not a good look, my friend. Not a good look. Not a good look, dude. Not a good look. Not a good look. 5 charges. That's a... I mean, hey, you know what, dude? You could get... Okay, I just want to pull this up real quick. I got Adam Schefter reporting on it, right? After a complaint on the May 22nd and subsequent investigation, Packers running back Josh Jacobs was arrested this morning and booked into Brown County Jail on 5 charges: battery/domestic abuse, criminal damage to property/domestic abuse, disorderly conduct/domestic abuse, strangulation and suffocation, and intimidation of a victim. That's a lot. What does Twitter have to say about this? At least he didn't attend a presidential rally. You going to tweet about this, or is it only bad when a player is Republican? Jameel Hill. Thank goodness he didn't talk about his faith or support a Republican. Oh, wow, gosh, almost as bad as the alleged crimes recently committed by Jackson Dart. Wow. I'm not handpicking this, guys. I'm just going down Shefty's timeline. Someone let me know when Abdul Carter, Emmanuel Acho, and all the other loudmouths speak on this. I'll be waiting to hear from them. Well, at least he didn't introduce the president. Yeah. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Hey, at least here's something that's just kind of on par. Why do NFL players have such a hard time staying out of trouble? That is a very good question. That is a very good question. Yes. NFL players, when it comes to getting into legal trouble, I got one more in me. That's right, 100%. Oh, one getting raked over the coals while the other being praised by every minority broadcaster on ESPN. Jackson Dart introduces the president. Terrible, bad, boo. Boo! Bad and evil, evil and bad. Boo this man! Boo! Or Josh Jacobs, accused of and arrested on domestic violence, strangulation, criminal damage, disorderly conduct, and intimidation of a victim. It's an upstanding citizen right there. I don't see the problem. He's probably trying to steal bread for his family. Okay? We're all Aladdins. We're all Aladdins. And we're all painters. We are all Aladdins. And we are all painters. Just calling it like I see it. What's going on, you guys? How you doing, chat? Just wanted to get that out. I did not strangle that line. Gonna have to listen to some Hank later to crap this stuck out of my head. Yeah, well, dude, you're welcome, dude. You're welcome for the old Whitney right off the gate, dude. I was in Wisconsin. Blue states do not protect women. This will be swept under the rug till the off season. 100%, Jack. Yes, you're correct. We won't hear about this until calendar year next year, dude, because Jacob's contract is up next year. That's why it won't be made. It will all be hushed up and quieted and just strangled out in the court system until next year, when it actually matters to the drama of the NFL as the NFL turns. Womp, 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 womp. You know what I'm saying, dude? They need the drama. He's under contract until 2027. So it's, going to be a little bit more incentivized for ESPN and the sports networks to try and keep this under wraps until we can get into the full swing of next year's offseason cycle. Think about it. They can cook this. They can just cook it, get it all ready to rock and roll. You know what I'm saying, dude? I think Jacobs was rage baited. He had a rough life and someone took advantage of his good nature. Don't blame someone for the reaction of how they treated by someone they loved. If you catch my meaning, yes, Ra. I'm pretty sure that I am picking up on all of the saturation of possible sarcasm there. Jacobs got played. I don't know, man. I think that at 28 years old, one would understand that you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that, especially when you're a gozillionaire, dude. Like, that's what really salts my nuts, dude. Is that like the rest of us are out here, being law-abiding citizens, under threat of being put in a cage if we step out of line. But, and this isn't so necessarily a class warfare type thing, but it's very prevalent with athletes that if you are in a separate class, be it financially or, have so much social credit in terms of athleticism or what you bring to an entertainment value, you do get treated differently, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like laws don't necessarily apply to you. Where the rest of us, it's like, hey, did you pay your taxes? Nope. To the cage with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, it sucks. Speaking of rich people, I am such a poor, but Jack Campbell earned it, dude. I like Jack Campbell. The full details of Action Jack's extension with the Lions are out. And this is one of the most team-friendly deals we've seen, but there is a slight concern. You guys have alluded to this before, and it's something that, I do kind of push back on a little bit, but eventually they have to figure out how to split the baby of these team-friendly void year deals and paying guys outright. Now, I do think that Brad Holmes, although we do kind of knock him on bringing in these guys on these lower end 1 year deals, I think that's how he's able to kind of maneuver a little bit more flexibility with the void year deals, with the back end kicking the can down the road as we refer to it. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to get into the New Orleans Saints from a few years back where they have just been. I mean, they're still dealing with the salary cap issues that they just buried themselves with these void year deals. Personally, I feel that Rod Wood has a little bit more of the financial handcuffs strapped on Brad Holmes than I think Brad Holmes would like to have. But so Jack's deal breaks down on this. There are four void years, $51.5 million guaranteed. I am such a poor. $8.612 million signing bonus. I am such a poor. Bonus options of $11.89 million and $18.845 million. That's, again, I am such a poor. In 2027, he'll have a base salary of 1.2, 28, 1.3. In 2029, this is where we have a bit of a jump up, right? Clearly. Big old jumpery-dumpery do, right? Up to $15 million. But that gives us 3 years into our 4-year deal with void years on the back end. That gives us the option in this year to potentially restructure if Jack is ascending the way that he should continue to be ascending. And I believe he will be at or around 29 or 30 years old. The Lions were able to keep their base salary super low in all except 1 year. Right off the bat, there's been a valid concern the Lions drafting so well in 2023 and having to pay these guys either top of their market or near the top of their market deals could affect how they could go or how they could do in free agency with other players they need to extend. These low cap hits drastically help that. They won't have to do a bunch of work to try and get under the cap with this deal next year. That's another reason why not picking up the 5th-year option looks so good. The deal is built on restructured and extend later. We talked about this in our initial thoughts on the deal before everything came out. This is going to be an extension-friendly deal. Well, when you get to the 2029 season, there's that $15 million cap hit. The Lions can work to restructure there and spread things out more. You can tell by looking at how low the cap in 23 cap hit is that the Lions, need an N in there, have no intentions of paying him that little if he turns out to be elite around that time. He'll be just 29 years old by then, so not a player who's about to age out. Yeah, I mean, if Jack's at 29 in 29, would it be that far-fetched to extend him out another 4 years at least? Keep him under contract until he's 33, kind of then, hopefully he's transitioned to maybe a few less snaps. Obviously, I'm not saying linebackers age out at that point, but traditionally, that's kind of where they kind of end up hitting their age wall. Look at Anzalone, you know what I'm saying? This is the way the things go. There is a way out if things go sideways. Of course, you hope that never happens. But like most Lions deals, the dead money is paid out in higher sums earlier, so you can have these low cap hits. On top of that, there are 4 void years, hey, said that properly, that there are to help spread out that guaranteed money out even more. This will give the Lions the chance to opt out after 2028 if things aren't going well. That's not likely to happen. At least you hope, right? No, it's not going to happen. The one concern, it's not even that big of a concern right now, but 4 void years is a lot. Stack that on top of the void years they have for Goff, St. Brown, J-Mo, Aidan Hutchinson, Kirby Joseph. Well, and there's going to be more. Gibbs, Laporta, potentially Branch. You can get yourself into a real dead cat pickle down the road if you're not careful. Yes, look no farther than the New Orleans Saints. So far, the Lions have been doing things right, but you keep kicking the can down the road on these deals, and eventually the bill is going to come due, and you have to pay the bill. It almost feels like the Lions are financing these guys right now. And while credit cards are fun, again, the bill comes due at some point. As long as they keep doing things right, they'll be fine. I also think they have the advantage of the salary cap, annually going up a little bit, kind of. And I don't know if Brad Holmes can forecast that or not, or kind of, anticipate a certain percentage increase on that. That might help alleviate some of the pressure. How do we feel about the void years, the contract? How are we feeling about Jack, guys? CPTSD is a real thing. State of mind brings out the best of everyone. That's true, dude. That's true. And, Josh Jacobs is a more physical running back. He's a very downhill running back. He could have at some point. I'm not saying because I don't know Josh Jacobs enough. I don't follow him. I'm not like out here like, oh, Josh Jacobs tweeted this. Oh, his Instagram story said this. I could give 2 toots less about any Green Bay Packers players, really. You know what I'm saying? He could be having some type of head situation. I don't know what you'd really want to call it, but he could be starting to crack at the seams a little from the physical nature of not only the game, but his play style. You know, that is a possibility. What if you're an Aladdin painter? Ha! So I think you mean Myron Gaines. Oh, that's fair. Yeah, I mean he could have a rough upbringing, but you know, still, I know a little bit of his story. I mean that's fair, dude. But you know what I'm saying. At a certain point, dude, at 28 and being a gozillionaire, you know, you can't be strangling people. You can't be strangling people, dude. He should be wealthy enough that he could pay someone to strangle someone to strangle him for him. You know what I'm saying? Put a degree of separation. Hello. You know, I know that the U.S. chased out the Italian mob, but we can you know look to how they kind of operated with a degree of separation from you know. What I'm saying, we got to clean it up. Got to clean up them corners, bud. Lions rookie Derrick Moore. Derrick Moore. He's looking to get more sacks than Aidan Hutchinson. Oh, did you guys catch that? I give me more. Oh, give me more. Every sack he gets when Derrick Moore gets a sack, the Ford Field needs to start a chant of give me more, dude. Yes, dude, I need more. I don't care how many sacks he gets. I want more out of Derrick Moore. Give me more. I didn't want you in the second round. No offense. I really wanted Jacob Rodriguez, but give me more. Lions rookie edge Derrick Moore is embracing a friendly competition with Aidan Hutchinson. Again, I have to question. I've noticed that people are using the term edge all the time. What happened to defensive end? Why is it always just edge? Or is edge specific to pass rush specialists? If his head is that messed up, he couldn't play football. Here you go, Jack. That's true. Jack is one of the best players that football has seen in a long time. 100%, Mom. He is the second coming of Brian Urlacher, and soon he will step out from the shadows of historic players and blaze his own path. You can be an Aladdin, but don't be a Mohammed. You will go right to jail. Kane, you are one of my favorite follows on Twitter, dude. For real. If you guys aren't following Kane on Twitter, he's one of my favorite follows on Twitter, dude. It is absolutely awesome. I was just going to see. So I got to ask, what does the C stand for? I'm not like trying to be a dick. Like, what does the C in the CPTSD stand for? Stories are so many times, especially against somebody with money. I know excuses for abusing women or a child. 100%, Jack. I agree that 9 out of 10 victims are too scared to speak. That's true, Rick. That's true, dude. Yeah, so what is the C, dude? What is the C? Is it childhood PTSD? Would that be what it is? Complex. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, well, I mean, pretty much anything dealing with the brain is going to be complex. And then as you continue to, like, you know, get through the turtles and find out, you know, turtle after turtle, and it's just turtles all the way down. It gets more and more complex, dude. Just turtles all the way down. You guys know what song I'm talking about? Turtles all the way down. Oh man. So Derrick Moore, guys, how we feeling? Now, I know some of you guys are high on Moore. Some of you guys are like, oh, his highlights are against, you know, not that quality of talent. What do you see? What do you see on Derrick Moore? What do you guys what do you see? What role and how what are your expectations? What are your expectations for Derrick Moore? Are you going, hey, you know, 65% of the snaps and by the end of season, I want him pushing double-digit sacks, potential defensive rookie of the year? Are you going, hey, I want to see him out there, you know, if he gets higher than 3 sacks, I'm calling it a win. You know, if he's out there, you know, basically running 30% of the snaps. You know what I'm saying? What are you looking for? What are you looking for out of Derrick Moore over here, guys? But it originated in childhood. See, that makes sense, dude. Because like the farther you go back with anything related to neurological stuff, the deeper it is, dude. Sturgill Simpson. Yes, dude. That's exactly his. I couldn't think of his name. Sturgill Simpson. Yes, sir. Turtles all the way down. You are welcome, dude. You are welcome, dude. That dude's sweet, bro. I like his music, man. I like Sturgill Simpson. I heard him on JRE like, I don't know, what, 10 years ago now, it feels like, dude. Yeah, and that Turtles All the Way Down song, dude. And then he's got a couple other ones that are like he's got some bangers, dude. Sturgill Simpson. Yeah, man. You're welcome, dude. You're welcome, Rick. My turtle song is Sapiens or Terrapin Station. Nice, dude. I see more as a 4th or 5th RP round pick. Gotcha. In any other draft. Hutch's gas or Hutch's backup. Gotcha. Okay. So Raw. I'm kind of like, I like the Derrick Moore pick. I think that in 2 to 3 years he'll be a solid foundational piece for our defense. Like that's a ceiling for him. Rookie year Derrick Moore. If I'm being honest, guys, DJ Wonnum's going to be on. If DJ Wonnum's healthy, DJ Wonnum's going to be on the field a lot more than I think people are expecting. And DJ Wonnum is not a bad player. So to Raw's point, I see Derrick Moore being as a complementary piece to Hutch. Or I don't know. How often do you guys see Hutch and Moore on the field at the same time? You know what I'm saying? Or do you see them as a to give Hutch a blow, you can bring in a Derrick Moore? You know what I'm saying? He's a great artist, not just singer, but like most of his generation. Yeah, dude. That's what I'm saying, dude. Sturgill Simpson, highly underrated, dude. His vocals are sweet, dude. His vocals are sweet, bro. But I will always be a deadhead. Terrapin Station is a great all-time. That's right on, dude. There's nothing wrong with that, man. There's nothing wrong with that, dude. I'm no longer liberal, dude, but you know, I still listen to music from back in the day that I still like. You know what I mean? It is what it is, dude. Like I say, the farther you go back, the more deeply wired things in. You know what I mean? Lions second round pick Derrick Moore missed Hutchinson's president of U of M by just a single year, but the minute he stepped on the field, he was already chasing Hutch's shadow. That's started with trying to catch Hutchinson's single-season program record of 14 sacks. That was definitely one of my goals, trying to get that single-year sack record, Moore told Detroit Lions Tim Twentyman. Unfortunately, I finished with 10. That last sentence shows how competitive Moore is. Finishing his senior season with 10 sacks is no consolation prize. It's a legitimate accomplishment. That's especially true when it's put into fuller context. In Hutchinson's record-setting 21 season, he played 794 snaps across 14 games, or 56.7 per game. Last year, Moore was a rotational player, playing 400 total snaps, or about 37 per game. To come close to Hutchinson's benchmark while playing about 44% fewer snaps is fantastic. So, yeah, probably would have had a little bit higher of a pedigree on him, more numbers if he was on the field more, and even though the two will now definitely be playing together on the same defensive line in Detroit, Moore is still treating Hutchinson as friendly competition. Even being across from him now, I'm just trying to compete with him at the same time because it's like, all right, who's going to be the fastest to get to the quarterback? Moore said. I'm tired. I read that fast. I'm tired of reading that line. Being on the same team as Hutchinson is going to come with its benefits. Hutch is certainly going to draw some extra attention from opposing offensive lines. Last season, Aidan Hutchinson was chip blocked 22% of the time, the third highest rate in the NFL. He still put up numbers, dude. Those extra resources devoted to slowing Hutchinson should leave Moore with ample one-on-one opportunities to let his pass rushing chops shine. Or Tyleek, or Aleem, or Wonnum, or send Barnes, or send Campbell, or send your nickel, or send anybody. Hutch getting more attention only benefits somebody else. You just got to get to the guy, dude. Hutchinson will also serve as a great sounding board for rookie defensive end. Moore said he's already learned a lot from Hutchinson from his tape and the little amount of time they've already spent together, but he's eager to see that relationship and their productivity grow. I want to give it a little blue chew if you want to get it to grow fast. Brought to you by Carl's Jr. To be part of this defensive unit with him, I'm looking forward to learning a lot from him, grow with him, and also dominate with him, Moore said. They'll have their first opportunity to see what they can do during organized team activities. Well, they start today. Albeit without pads, still it will be the first step toward improving upon a Lions pass rush that finished last season 30th in time to pressure. Yes, we need more waz, pizzazz. I need more push, more Falcon punch from my defensive line group. How we doing, guys? A lot of people like the defensive end pick. It could have been any defensive long as it's a defensive end. He satisfied people's call. That's all Hassanin will be a high more in the depth chart. Oh, right on, for sure. I'm not mad at that. What's up, Derek? How you doing, man? Big shout to Derek Moore tuning in early, brother. I really appreciate, dude. I appreciate that, man. The difference between D-end and edge is the difference between a 3-4 and a 4-3 edge. And a 4-3, the outside linebacker, the edge, and the 4-3. Gotcha. You see what I'm saying? I was trying to understand why, like, what constituted the edge position, and that makes so the edge role being on a 3-4 makes a lot more sense, dude. He could confuse normies with that, but if you guys are in Mad Hatter Nation, You guys have a pretty in-depth understanding of football. And hey, if you don't, guy, look, I know there's probably one or two of you out there. If you're like feeling overwhelmed by what we're saying, ask questions. Okay? Mad Hatter Nation is actually really, really chill, man. Like they're chill. They're mean to each other, but that's fine. They won't be mean to the new people, dude. Just don't be a dick, dude. You know what I'm saying? Just let them be mean to each other. Oh man. Yo, guys. How we doing? Sorry. It's just I've noticed you guys has anybody seen Brandy recently, dude? I have not seen Brandy in like a couple days, man. Anybody know where the hell Brandy went? Huh. Well, more be in the 5-2 front. 5-2, huh? So what are you rolling 3 defensive tackles and 2 ends? It's been a bit. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just don't be treated or you will be treated as such. Or retarded. Yeah, see, Brent, exactly, dude. Like, and that is like the degree in which people need to understand. It's like, if that offends you, then you're not going to be cool here. Just don't be tarded. You know what I'm saying? Don't be tarded, and you won't be treated like a tard. And a 3-4, you get defense. Yeah, they're heavier because they got to kind of more set the edge, dude. Yeah, I'm learning on these streams, so they are helpful. I'm a student of ball. No diddy. Hell yeah, dude. Well, Kane, you seem to know what the hell you're talking about, dude. I don't know what you need to learn, dude. Well, I mean, we're always learning, dude. But, like, you know what I'm saying? You seem to know what the hell you're talking about most of the time, you know? I mean, none of us know everything, dude, but you seem to know what you're talking about, you know? Guys, fellas. But we kind of rifled through them stories, huh? Damn, we are on a roll. Call me Butter, because I'm on a roll. Let's go. I hit this oil can real quick, pump the brakes. Normally on Wednesdays, I know we tend to do film study, right? I like to watch a little video. And I did have a Flemlo video pulled up. And I thought about watching it with you guys. But it's only 10 minutes long. And it's a nice little 10-minute banger about Archie Manning, right? The not Arch, but Archie, the dad, right? The Peyton's dad, Eli's dad, Cooper's dad, you know. It's pretty good, right? And I thought about watching it with you guys. The high character guy, right? High character guy went through some shit. Yeah, actually, shout out, connecting right there, Raw. You want to talk about people having a rough upbringing, dude? Yeah, you should check that out, dude. You should see what Archie had to deal with, dude. It was wild, man. But I didn't want to watch tape, dude. I'm so hype about this year, guys. Like, I don't know why I am so hype about this year, but OTAs are underway, and I just felt like talking about OTAs today, dude, guys. I'm like so geeked about this. Are you guys hype about this year? Want to smell my finger? You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and pass on that, Mike. I will let somebody else have that. I am such a generous individual, bro, that even though I am curious about it, I will go ahead and let someone else enjoy that activity. The hype is real, dude. That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, bro, I am so geeked about this year, dude. And I'm just, like, I know it's just OTAs, dude, but I'm so hyped about getting back to football and seeing everybody out there polishing it up, dude. Seeing that just, I describe it as this, like, slow burning rage underneath the surface. This just, like, bubbling up just force that is just waiting for the season so it can be unleashed upon the NFL. Like this just, like, prove it that we're real, that it's not bullshit, you know, silence all the haters. And also, yeah, we should be pissed off that we missed the playoffs last year. We should be pissed off that things haven't gone our way the past couple of seasons. So let's lock in the Big 2-6, dude. Big things in the Big 2-6, all right? Big things in the Big 2-6. I am, like, so hype about this year, y'all, that I wanted to talk about OTAs. So that's why we're not watching film. I just wanted to talk about OTAs, dude. You know what I'm saying? The season feels different. You know what I'm saying, Rick? Exactly, dude. Hell yeah. That's what's up. I'm not excited. I was not excited last offseason. This so much feel. Yeah, dude, last offseason finished on such a negative, just like bummer. You know what I mean? And there was just this like hype around us nationally that it's not that I didn't like it. It felt distracting. It felt that not unwarranted, just unnecessary. Like we know that we are good. We know it. We see it. We watch it. We've watched bad teams for decades. We know that this is the golden era of the Detroit Lions franchise, right? We are in it to win it. And last year it felt like all the outside noise was exactly that, noise, distraction. And this year, the Lions were bad. We're still above 500. Okay, yeah, we finished 4th. Well, that bodes well for the schedule this year. We got 12 games indoors, which bodes well for the narrative around Jared Goff being an indoor quarterback, right? God forbid Enos Rakestraw can stay healthy indoors, right? We all know that paper straws crumple when they get wet. Well, he's got 12 opportunities to stay inside and dry. Let's go. I think everybody's pissed off. And I circle back to the Amon-Ra interview with Eric Woodyard, I think it was. The way Amon-Ra spoke, the way he looked at the camera, his facial expressions, his body language, it was classic, angry, chip on my shoulder. I remember everybody who was drafted ahead of me. Dan Campbell wants to get back to what we did when we got to the NFC Championship game. That doesn't mean just in how we go about doing business on the field. That goes about how we go about doing business in our minds, in our day-to-day activities. Set the tone early, set the tone often. It feels different this year, fellas. It already feels different. I am not concerned about changes along the offensive line because the reality is Penei Sewell's going back home to his natural position. Because the reality is that Cade Mays is an ascending center. Because the reality is that Tater Ratledge should take a monumental step forward. I don't understand what the national news media is talking about Tate Ratledge being a weak spot along the offensive line. He was a rookie who played better down the stretch than he did early. Yes, there are games where he played bad. That's to be expected out of a second-round rookie. Playing next to Graham Glasgow. Mormon Oaks healthy all offseason. That's the other thing. As much of a negative as it is, as much of a negative as to not make the playoffs, to not have a postseason run, it is a huge boon because, one, psychologically, we're pissed off, we're hungry, we're fired up, we're ready to rock and roll, we're ready to go kick ass and take names, bite off kneecaps. I don't care if you got one ass cheek and 3 toes. I will beat your ass. We also have a full offseason to get healthy. We also aren't playing the Hall of Fame game in July. Yes, we have the stretch 10, 11, and 12, Germany, Tampa, Thanksgiving, 2 built-in mini buys, and we're not playing football in July. Brad Holmes said, you know what, we're going to condense the offseason workout program because not only do I need to protect my players for longevity, I also have to build in redundancies. I like competition. Give me Roger McCreary. Is he going to play? Don't know. Don't care. I'm going to draft some guy to compete with him. Don't know. Don't care. They get hurt. I got bodies, and I got talented bodies. Yep. Hey, give me Juice Scruggs in that trade. You want a subpar starting but better than average reserve center guard? Mm-hmm. Why? Because my interior offensive line got their shit pushed in midway last season, and I'm not relying on a guy similar to Kiadi Awashika to come in and hold it down. Give me Juice Scruggs. Yep, that's what I want. Yep. What about corner? You got banged up in the secondary at safety and corner. I have 17 bodies going into camp right now. I think I'll figure it out. He said, you know what? I need redundancies. I need top-end redundancies. So when we get banged up, it's not the Legion of whom. It's the Legion of bodies. Elite bodies on bodies on bodies. Turtles all the way down, fellas. You know what I'm saying? Enos made a straw, paper, Raw back, brother. Dude, yes, dude, Raw is my guy, dude. You know what I'm saying? Let's go, dude. I'm not excited for Pacheco. We signed him for $1 million. Law or Sailors will be Law. Oh, damn, Raw. You're saying Law will fall into that running back 2 role. There you go. I do like Sailors. I'm not going to lie. I'm a Sailors stan from his time in the UFO. I like Roger McCreary in the box, but not chasing wide receivers. Fair enough. I'm concerned that Rakestraw can't deal with the pain. He sprained his ankle on the field last year in camp, and he screamed like his leg was tore off. Kind of soft. Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! That's what I was worried about, dude. I was worried that he was a little baby back bitch. But I'm rooting for him. Maybe he turned it around. Maybe he turned it around. Great Wall of Detroit. Yes! Yeah, you did. He did drop that the other day, and I thought that was great, dude. The Great Wall of Detroit. Because Jared Goff can just sit back there and just write a novel. You know what? Jared Goff's going to have so much time, dude, that he's going to be able to drop back, pull out his phone, connect to the Wi-Fi, pull up ChatGPT, ask ChatGPT the prompts to put in to Claude to build an AI agent that can take screenshots of the field in live time and tell him where to go. That's how much time Jared Goff's going to have in the pocket, dude. It's going to be ridiculous. On top of that, we don't play any top-end defenses. What do we play, like 3 top 10 defenses? Come on now. Come on, let's go. Dude, yes, dude, the Great Wall of Detroit, guys. All right, so here we go. Tim 20Man has 5 things for us to watch over here at, obviously, OTAs. No live contact, but 7-on-7s, 9-on-7s, and 11-on-11 drills are permitted. 1 in every 3 OTA practices is open to the media in its entirety, which this week falls on Friday. Come on, man. You got to make me wait until the end of the week to see stuff. Dude, you guys don't even, dude, I am like champing at the bit just to see players walking into the facility, guys. I know that I've been saying that the season doesn't feel that far away, but at the same time, does it not feel like football has been, like, what is football? You're going to have to explain it all to me all over again because it's been so long. It's been so far away. I wait for the day. So what are we watching here? Number 1, the new OC. Head coach Dan Campbell handed over the keys to Detroit's offense to Drew Lil Spud Petzing as the new OC. Petzing, 38. Hey, that's a fine age, young man. That is a fine age. Fine age. Brava. Was the offensive coordinator in Arizona the last 3 seasons. And some of the core principles he featured certainly seem to fit in Detroit, particularly his commitment to the run. Ha! Well, I'm not saying you got to force feed it, but one of us is saying Jahmyr Gibbs is going to have 2,600 all-purpose yards and 26 touchdowns in the Big 2-6. Big 2-6 numbers in the Big 2-6. Hutch is getting 26 sacks. The Cardinals were decimated by injury on offense last season, but Arizona was one of only 2 teams in the NFL to average better than 5 yards per carry in both 2023 and 2024. Lil Spud inherits a top 5 unit in both scoring and total offense. JG16-4 MVP Jared Goff is a veteran signal caller with a plethora of skill weapons that include running back Jahmyr Gibbs, wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown, and Jameson Williams, tight end Sam Laporta. Detroit also made some upgrades along the offensive line this offseason. Some upgrades? Some? Are you... Bro. We absolutely... I mean... One of us was saying that Cade Mays was going to be the guy that we had to go after, right? I mean, we had been talking about Cade Mays like several weeks prior to the opening of free agency, guys. We were like, hey, this guy is the guy. Cade Mays is, and what did Brad Holmes do? Whoop, boop, 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 went out and got him. Young, ascending, smart, athletic. Our offensive line will be as good as the chemistry between JG16 and Cade Mays, which, based on what I'm seeing already, just on how Cade Mays is mixing with the players on the team, guys, we're about to be like, damn, we got really lucky. What wrinkles might Petzing have for store in the offense? What personnel groups will he lean on the most? Quote, for me, it was so many different reasons, just from a philosophy standpoint, a culture standpoint, a roster standpoint. Lil Spud told me earlier this offseason at the Scouting Combine of why it made sense to join the Lions. Well, that, and you also have the mad scientists, Mike Kafka. Like, this evolution, this two-headed assault on the offensive coordination game, I know that the titles are different between the two guys, but I do not see a world where these two men don't work in absolute harmony together to come up with the most insane offense the NFL has seen since the greatest show on turf. I don't know, man. It's going to be absolutely wild. Mike Kafka's a genius. Lil Spud is also a genius. One must start to wonder, was Mike Martz sleeping around when he was in the NFL? And did we somehow manage to wrangle in two bastard sons of Mike Martz? Because our offense with JG16, Amon-Ra, the speed of J-Mo Gibbs, they've done such a good job of building the foundation of this team in terms of their beliefs and what it takes. And that's what we did when we took Penei Sewell. Penei Sewell wasn't only just a talent pick. He was a statement pick of the mentality of the Brad Holmes administration. It's a great opportunity for me, and I would like to thank my belief in terms of how games should be won, how you should play the game, offensive scheme, and how you interact with people on the daily basis showed through, and I just think it felt natural from the get-go. I want to make sure that this is the absolute... he put it in quotes, so this is the quote. Not in how games are won, not in how... how you would want to treat people. No. How you should win games. The difference between want and should psychologically, massive. Do you see where his head's already at? Not we want to win. No. I have already beaten you. I just have to figure out how badly I want to beat you. I've already beat my man to the punch. You know what I'm saying? He's already got you. Got him. Already set the trap for you. Whoop, there he goes. You know what I'm saying? It should be versus want to are very different psychologically programmed individuals. That's why I say Brad Holmes consistently in his players, Dan Campbell consistently in his players and coaches looks for a very specific psych profile. And that's why Mike McDaniel didn't get the job. And you guys know how high I was on Mike McDaniel. That was my guy. I'll be honest, he was my guy. I've made that very clear. I was very wrong. We did not hire him. And probably for damn good reasons. Because he wants to win games, and Drew Petzing's telling you how you should win games. That's what I love, dude. Defensive changes in 2025. Lions played base defense, 3 linebackers, more than any team in the NFL. But after some defensive turnover this offseason, it will be interesting to see what kind of schematic approach the Lions take in the Big 2-6 based off their current personnel. Hybrid, evolutionary, revolutionary, trend-setting, never-before-seen, generational defense coming from the Lions in the Big 2-6. Campbell said that the defensive coordinator, Kelvin Shepard, did a deep dive of the defense this offseason. And one of the big picture items they talked about was being more versatile and flexible defensively. Also, not having Kirby Joseph on the field is a massive detriment to the defense. You're like, all right, what did we do well? What did we not? Where do we go from here? This is who we lost. Here's some pieces that we added. What do we need? And so really, the way Shep's done it, which I love, is we've kind of given ourselves options. Again, look to segment 1, the OCs. When you have two geniuses dealing with the offense, Dan Campbell can say, Shep, now you and I are going to work together on this. Let's get this in gear, dude. We've got kind of 3 options as where we can go with this. It's still us, but it gives us, depending on who the other defensive end is, and more of this 4 down. Do we become more 5 down? Do we become more nickel? So we've got some flexibility here already. It's already built into the install for Shep. All right, I can go 3 ways here with my personnel. It's still the same install, but now we've got the pieces to put them where we want. Whether that's nickel, it's a big end, it's linebacker, so we're kind of flexible there. And I think Dan Campbell just tipped us all off, so we've got some flexibility here. It's already built into the install for Shep. Don't create it for me. Here are the tools that I am laying out for you to use. Any 3 of them is the right choice depending on the application. You just need to now apply what tools I am giving you. Does that make sense? He's simplifying the selection and the approach process for Kelvin Shepherd. Tackle spots. Campbell said in March he wanted to move all-pro right tackle Penei Sewell over to the left side after the release of veteran Titty Decker this offseason. Sewell played some left tackle as a rookie, and Campbell thinks it would be an easy transition for one of the best tackles in football. Oh, you mean the transition back to his natural position? The plan to move Sewell to the left side was made easier by the addition of mainly right tackles Balake Miller in the first round of the NFL draft. And veteran Larry Borom. Oh, man, I got the burps in free agency. Oh, man, if I could just get this coffee burp, I could feel this big coffee bubble that just like wants to comically be like, bleh, you know what I'm saying? And just burp bleh, and get out, dude. There will be an adjustment period for Sewell if he moves to left tackle. No. No. The adjustment period for Penei Sewell moving to the left tackle is the NFL going, shit! He's gone home, boys! He's gone back where he belongs. We already had our hands full with him playing out of position. Now he's going back to the left side. What are we going to do, man? Fuck! Will the Lions put Miller right into the fire with the first unit to begin OTAs? I'm sure at the very least some sprinkling. Or will it be Borom? That battle for the right tackle spot should be fun to watch once training camp starts. I also think that is very easy, low-hanging fruit to select. Rookie rolls. We talked about Miller above. Second-round pick, Derrick. Gimme more. Was the top pass rusher on Detroit's board to begin day 2 of the draft, and they were able to move up and get him. How will he fit into the edge rotation opposite Aidan Hutchinson with veterans DJ Wonnum? And let us not forget our guy. Guys, who are we rooting for more to have a big baller season? Levi Onwuzurike or Rakestraw? I'm kind of leaning on Onwuzurike just because we know how elite he can be. Jimmy Rolder, a 4th-round pick out of Michigan, is expected to have an immediate role on special teams as he tries to push veteran Malcolm Rodriguez for a spot at the weak side linebacker role. It's hard to evaluate linebackers and linemen until the pads come on, but how is Rolder in space? Is he around the football? My guy, Keith Abney II, has a chance to make an immediate impact if he can throw his name into the competition to replace Amik Robertson as Detroit's primary nickel cornerback. The Lions touted Abney's ability to play inside and outside after taking him in the 5th round of this year's draft. How will his skill set translate inside after playing mostly outside at Arizona State? It will translate very well. Can the Sheriff, Kendrick Law, find a role in the wide receiver room? He's pretty dynamic with the ball in his hands. How much might he be featured on special teams? Get the ball in the Sheriff's hands and let him lay the new law down. Dude, there's a new sheriff in town. Leaving for Chicago Raymond. Who? Leaving for Chicago Raymond. Gonna go hang out with Small PP, Benedict Arnold, Osama Ben Johnson, the Trader in the Windy City, and Giggle Willie. Well, that's fine. There's a new sheriff in town, buddy. He's built in the body of Demo. Let's go. Or Debo. You know what I'm saying? There's a new sheriff in town. Detroit finishes the draft by selecting lineman Skylar Gill Howard 6th round and Tyree West in the 7th. Both have a lot of versatility to their games. Can they be chess pieces up front? If so, it improves their chances of making the roster. Yes, but you have somebody that we all are rooting for to absolutely crush it. and that is my opinion, my dark horse candidate, the guy that I have been rooting for since last season, and I am rooting for him to make the roster this year, guys. I know I don't talk about him very much, but I am a big Hassanin fan. I think that kid is based AF. He's got a motor that just does not stop. Unfortunately, that's kind of his downside. If we could get him to, so imagine Hassanin is like a car, dude. We need to upgrade the brakes a little bit. You know what I'm saying, dude? He's got a motor that just does not stop. So, fellas, it's going to bring us to the end of today. How we doing, fellas? I like McGovern coming out of college, but he didn't develop as I hoped. That's true. Yeah, Raw, you're right. Canadian was developed by a football. Football was developed by a Canadian. You are correct, dude. Footage was created by Canadian in Montreal who brought 2 Ivy League schools to believe it to produce. Nice, dude. Hell yeah. That's what's up. Morton was brought in to destroy the Lions offense. We had the 3rd best all time, and that scared the NFL. Hey, you know what? At this point, dude, you're probably not wrong, dude. You weren't high on McDaniel. I was high on McDaniel. I liked his I think I liked Mike McDaniel, the character on camera, more so than I liked Mike McDaniel, the coaching prospect, And that first that first 7 games where he was the head coach for the Dolphins his first year, that shit was wild, dude. That shit was wild. I can imagine the Lions while scouting Penne saw Bolo Young from Bloodsport. We love him. He actually killed a guy last year. Big Penne has hit puberty. Y'all are F. Dude, that's the thing, dude. Penne, he's so young. He's so young and so good. I know, Raw, dude. I'm not gonna lie. When I was reading this article, I was like, if they don't talk about Manu, Raw's gonna be pissed. The tackles. I was like, Manu. If they don't say Manu in here somewhere, Raw's gonna be like, fuck, man, where's Manu? And now it makes sense, dude. It's because he played up there in the snowbacks with you, dude. I get it now. It all comes for circle. It all comes for circle. Well, fellas, today was a success. Law plays like Debo and Demo. Hey, I like that, dude. McDaniel would have given J-Mo the treatment. Hill got 1,500 yards plus. Yeah, dude, and that's Jack. That's exactly what I think ended up being the big hiccup was when you look at it. Dan Campbell, I imagine that the skill set of players that we bring in across the board, offensive and defensively, they like to have options. And I bet you Mike McDaniel came in and he just had big old anime girl eyes about J-Mo, and it was like, oh my God, 2,000 yards easily. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna huck it up deep to him like I did Tyreek. I can see that being possible negative to his hiring and why maybe he didn't get the job. Also, again, this statement. Let's not underestimate this statement in terms of how I would like to think my belief in terms of how you should or how games should be won. How you should play the game, offensive schemes, how you interact with people on a daily basis. Based. Oh. Well, guys, that's going to be it for today. Hope you had a good, little hour here. Try and have a good rest of your day. Stay out of trouble. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Hit the like button if you haven't already, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you have the notification bell turned on so you can be notified every single time we go live for the time being, Monday through Friday, 10 to 11 a.m. right here at YouTube, Rumble, and Kick. Come June 8th, though, we will be transitioning to evenings, 7 to 8 p.m. Have a good rest of your day. I'm James with the Hat and Beard Show. Until next time, you've been an attentive audience. Bonga